is Roslynn Nyanhongo, a licensed professional counselor and covenant crisis therapist at Living Water Family Therapy in Round Rock, Texas. And you are watching Living Water for Real Life, where I sit with women in the deep end of real life and point them back to the living water by integrating faith and evidence-based therapy so they can move forward. Before we jump in, please subscribe and leave a heart or a wave in the comment section so I know that you're here, and share with another woman who needs a little bit of living water in her real life. So today on Living Water for Real Life, this is a follow-up to the panel that I sat on earlier this week for Brave Communities, which is a local nonprofit in Austin, Texas. And the purpose of the panel was mind, money, and movement. And I served as as one of their panelists for the mental health portion. And so as I was debriefing the panel, I wanted to sit and answer some of the additional questions that came up. There's a lot of talk about finances and how it affects mental health. And so I know that there's also a lot of shame around talking about finances, particularly in the space of mental health and even in therapy. And with the rising cost of therapy and really the cost of living, this has become a topic that brings a lot of people anxiety and depression. And so today we are going to be talking about what you can do whenever you're feeling anxious about your finances, and what to do when shame comes up, and even what are some signs to look for um, whenever finances are affecting your body and your mental health. So the first question is, for someone who feels anxious or overwhelmed by their final situation, what is a healthy first step to protect their mental well-being while they work on their money side? Well, I think that that whenever someone is feeling anxious, and then whenever we talk about anxiety, I just want to give a quick definition of anxiety. Anxiety can be defined as having excess worry that can sometimes show up in a way that prevents you from being able to function normally, or even be able to function from a normal baseline. And so, a healthy first step to protect mental well being would be to acknowledge that it's difficult. I encourage a lot of my clients, whenever they're dealing with financial stress, to ask for help, or to even just name that it's difficult, because even before you can ask for help, you have to acknowledge that there's a problem. And so, acknowledge that it's difficult, acknowledge that you can't do it by yourself. And God did not create us to do life alone, and also did not create us to handle our finances and stress alone. When you talk about shame and money, there can sometimes be this idea of feeling fear around even having financial stress. Shame is defined by this idea that I am a bad person because. And so whenever you put that, I am a bad person because I have financial issues, or maybe I don't handle finances appropriately, that can make it very difficult to ask for help. And so, whenever people have this strong shame that comes along with finances, then there's also guilt as well that comes along with that, with this idea of, I deserve to be in this situation because whatever that narrative is. But I want to tell you that that is a lie, and that, everybody has to learn. And whenever you have financial issues and you don't ask for help and you don't gain the tools to help, you to make better financial choices, the cycle keeps repeating itself. And that's how therapy can be beneficial. Therapy the is the work of learning what are the patterns so that the cycle can be broken and change can happen. So whenever you have shame around maybe some bad financial choices that keeps being reinforced by that guilt, it makes it difficult to walk through the door. But whenever you have someone who is supporting you and giving you tools and resources to help you feel more confident to make those financial changes and or decisions, it makes it easier to ask for help. Whenever you go to therapy, talk to your therapist about it. Ask your therapist what sort of financial tools they have to help to manage anxiety or depression while you're getting your finances together. Something that I like to offer my clients whenever they're dealing with anxiety that's starting to show up somatically, which means showing physical signs in your body, is I encourage them to do grounding exercises, whether it be sensory grounding. Find 5 things that you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste to try to reorient you back into your body. I also tell them to practice deep breathing. Deep breathing is something that you can do anywhere. So just focus on your breath. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Take about 3 or 4 of those. And that's also really helpful for keeping you present in the moment so that whenever those feelings of worry do come up, you're able to regulate your body enough to where you're able to think through what needs to happen next and what is an actionable next step. And so the next question I want to answer is, money stress shows up in our bodies and our brains too. What are some signs that someone's money situation is quietly wrecking their mental health, and how can therapy help? So some key signs that you can look for that your finances have started to take a physical effect on your body is, how is your mood? Are you irritable? Are you finding that it's difficult for you to concentrate? Are you constantly feeling like you're having a hard time slowing down and thinking about things? Or how is your sleep? Are you able to sleep? Those are key signs that something is wrong. Also, too, what is your appetite like? Are you wanting to eat more because you're stressed? Stress increases cortisol. Cortisol increases belly fat. So, are you gaining weight? Or are you so stressed out to where you're not eating? Then, okay, are you losing weight? That's also something to be mindful of. Um, and also, what are your relationships looking like? Are you isolating? Is it difficult for you to connect with people? Are you staying home maybe because you don't want people to see that you are struggling financially? All of those things are key things to look out for, um, to ultimately see if some of these things are becoming bigger to where you need some additional support. And how can therapy help? Therapy can help by helping you shine a light on what's truly going on and help devise a plan to move forward so that way you don't feel so alone or stuck in the situation. One of the benefits of therapy is that it helps to take away that sting of loneliness. A really good therapist will also help you to identify some of the key patterns that are showing up so that way you can fix those patterns to try to improve the outcome next time, and also help you create actionable steps to try to improve the overall situation. So, I encourage you, if you are dealing with financial stress, then Ask a trusted person for help, or if you're not ready for that, then just acknowledge that, yeah, this is difficult. You can also look up resources online to help as well gain confidence until you are ready to reach out to somebody else. And also, too, know that you are not alone and that we are better together. This episode of Living Water for Real Life is available on most podcast stations, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Just search Living Water for Real Life. And if this episode was helpful for you, please comment, heart, and subscribe, and share with another woman that you feel like could benefit and that you love. Thank you so much for sitting with me, and I look forward to seeing you next time. I'm Roslynn, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. If today's topic was helpful for you, and you would like to learn more about working with me in person or virtually at my Round Rock office, visit www.livingwaterfamilytherapy.com. See you there.